What's up, people? So I just got off work. I'd intended to film this video over the weekend. Didn't get around to it. You can kind of see that everything in my life is a little bit crazy right now. Work's all over the place. It's been just hectic. We're doing 10-hour days every day. And this weekend I was at a friend's wedding. I didn't really get the opportunity to record this over the weekend like I thought I was going to get to. So I'm going to try and do it now. You can totally see, like, in the background there, the light that I've got right here, this big light panel. Trying to get better light. And of course my glasses give off glare. It is what it is. You know, life goes on. So, what I'm going to do today is something I wanted to record last week. And I didn't get the chance to. And it was kind of teased out on Instagram. It was like a quickie taste test of some whiskeys I picked up. Specifically, my thoughts and opinions on these 3 different whiskeys. I've sampled them all already, so I'm not opening them brand new. I am no whiskey tribe. I am not Rex. I am not Daniel either. I'm not a Somm. I don't have any real experience doing this stuff. I just know what I like. That being said, the 3 whiskeys are Balcones Brimstone. I don't know if that's going to focus. There you go. Get a little bit of focus. Brimstone. It's a Texas scrub oak smoked whiskey made from roasted blue corn. I like this. 4 Roses single barrel. Now, as you can see there, like I said, I've had a little bit of these already. The 4 Roses, fun story about that. About a little over a year ago, a friend of mine, Brittany, got married. She just recently had a baby. But at her wedding, a good friend of ours and I decided to basically take an entire bottle of 4 Roses and drink it. And then I threw up in the back of my Nissan Pathfinder. Rest in peace, Pathfinder. You were a good car. You let me throw up in the back of you. But, beyond all of that, I may end up having to stop this because I just ordered dinner too and it's on the way, so. But the last one is one that's kind of near and dear to my own heart. It is the St. George Distillery Breaking and Entering, or B&E, American Whiskey. So, I've got friends who work for St. George. I've been on tours at St. George. I've tried just about everything they've got. Some of my favorite liquors of theirs are their whiskeys. I like their dry rye gin. It's really peachy. It's quite delicious. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I've just got a slideshow on in the background. I felt like having a big black TV back there was going to be weird. So, next video is probably going to be me showing off my Gundam collection, one by one. So it won't be this kind of a setup. It'll actually be looking down right now. You guys are mounted up on my workbench, which is a mess. But yeah, so we will probably be doing the tasting and I may have to stop. Unfortunately, I didn't realize this, but I only have 2 Glencairn glasses. One of them is currently dirty, so I'm not using it. So the other glasses I'll be using are the tasting glasses, which, man, that one looks... It's clean. This is clean. It's just got fingerprints all over it at the moment. But it's a tasting glass from St. George Distillery, and these are the old ones. You can't get these anymore, so sorry if you're like a glass collector. There we go. I know this is clean. I personally wash these every time because I don't trust my roommates not to break them. And they don't get brought out for parties. But they're a very similar shape to a Glencairn to an extent, but these are the tasting glasses. I don't know if that'll show up. There you go. You can see there's a little St. George dragon on that one, and then this one has the bomber crew insignia. They happen to be down at Hangar 1, I believe, on the Alameda Naval Air Station. I'm a little stuffed up today. I'm not sure why. It hasn't been too bad of an allergy today, but suddenly I got home and my nose just clogged right the fuck up. But yeah, they're down at the Alameda Naval Air Station. If you've never gotten a chance to go down there and check them out, go check them out. If you guys ever had Hangar One vodka, that used to be their vodka. There's a whole story apparently behind what went on there. I'm not super familiar with the situation. I know that Hangar One is no longer theirs though. And it's not even the same vodka recipe, apparently. So if you ever were a big fan of it, or you knew who St. George was and were a big fan of it with St. George, and then suddenly the flavor profile changed, it's because I believe they sold the Hangar One label to another company. So, that being said, let's get to tasting some whiskey. We will start with St. George. It's my favorite, and it's the biggest bottle, like size, height-wise, so it doesn't fit in my liquor cabinet, so I've got it down here on the floor right now, and I don't like it having there, and I don't really want it in frame with the top right there. It's just distracting. It takes away from everything else. So, yeah. We'll start with this and go from there. Now on the nose, from what I can smell right now, it's also why I'm glad I tasted this before. On the nose, this has got a really heavy pear note. I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute while I put this back up on top of my liquor cabinet. Yes, it goes on top because it won't fit in. And for anyone that asks, no, I know it says Kaiju Division. This is not a Pacific Rim. Don't get me wrong, I love Pacific Rim. It's my shit. Giant monsters and robots fighting, it's awesome. No, this is it's a play on a Joy Division. Hopefully you guys will get that. If you don't understand who Joy Division is, well, we probably can't be friends then. But back to whiskey. This has a very strong fruity pear note on the nose. It's good. I like it. A little oaky. A lot of oaky. It's very bright. I like it. I can't give you more tasting notes right now because my nose is stuffed, so it's just my mouth right now is like whiskey. But I'm gonna leave that in that glass for the time being. Actually, when I'm done with these, because I'm not gonna drink the whole glass, I'm gonna pour an appropriate amount, but I'm not gonna drink the whole glass. These will probably end up in my infinity bottle, which I'll do. Maybe talk in this one. Probably talk about it in another one. So I'll come back to that. Yeah, it's like pears and apple and like fruit. Really like juicy, sweet fruit. So, 4 Roses. I don't even remember what this one smelled like the other night. I wasn't paying that close attention to it. I mostly wanted to get this bottle because, like I said, we polished off a bottle of this and I wanted to give it another shot. It was just like alcohol in my face the other night when I had it. And it was alcohol all over the back of my car a year ago. There'll be a jump cut there because I sneezed. Hopefully I can actually do that in editing and I don't leave it in. Who knows? Maybe I'll leave it in because it's for posterity's sake. I can't talk. That's great. Yeah, this is just sweet. A little bit of smoke. Real little bit of smoke. A little bit of Not caramel, but molasses or burnt caramel. More burnt caramel than molasses. Hopefully I edit that out. I was not picking my nose, but more rubbing the outside of the nostril so that I could breathe better. Let's see if it helps. Yeah, it's let's see what the notes say. You'll notice rich aromas of fruit and delicate flavors of apricot and pear, balanced perfectly with notes of oat, light spice, and caramel. Well, I'm getting a little bit of fruit, smoke, which I don't think they intended for, and the caramel. I do get the caramel. It's a little bit more molassesy. It's more like burnt caramel. No apricot, though. I mean, it'd probably help if I could smell. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's a whiskey. It's a whiskey I like. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I actually definitely like the St. George better than the Four Roses. But I'm biased, so. And last but not least, one that I've, before buying it and trying it the other night, never had before. The Balcones Brimstone. Now, one of the things that I'd heard about this, specifically, was it is high octane. Meaning you're going to get a lot of alcohol. And then it's really smoky. Like, it's a real strong smoke. And I agree with that after the other night. However, that high octane's got a sweetness to it that I'm not... It's kind of like... It's that corn sweetness. And that smoke. Oh. Brisket. But not the center section. The burnt ends. Charred burnt end brisket. Just caramelized meat juice. Which doesn't sound like it would be appetizing. But... you can see that's real dark, too. Get focus there. It's so nice having a camera with autofocus. You can see that kind of compared. This is much darker. I'll be right back because my food's coming. Back. You can tell that I'm back because right there, my dinner. I got Wendy's. Yes, Wendy's delivers in our area. It's fantastic. So, last one, and it's gotten to sit for a minute because I had to run outside and grab my dinner. Oh, the Balcones. I actually really like this one. Whew! It's... so delicious. So delicious. It is probably got to be my current favorite smoky non-Scotch whiskey. It's got that same, like, it leaves your mouth kind of, it sucks the moisture from it, kind of like eating burnt ends does. If you've never had burnt ends, I think Kansas City is the home. Their claim to fame is being the home of burnt ends. Go. Oh, so good. So good. If you can find a good barbecue place locally that does good burnt ends, go get it. They're so good. They're crunchy and caramelized and juicy and oh, just so good. Just so good. Probably it's right up there with some of my favorite barbecue. But little Coke is a palate cleanser before I go back through because. Yeah, this is the St. George. This one I know right off the nose. You know, the other day this ended really flat. And it still kind of does for me. It just kind of like washes over. It's like one of those, it's like builds up to a crescendo and then the conductor just boom, stops it all. And it still kind of does that, but it's opened up a little bit over the last couple of days. I like it. It's good. I would go, if I were ranking them in my preference, it'd be the Balcones, the St. George, and then Four Roses would be last. Four Roses is, I don't know, it's specifically, this is their single barrel. I've had other Four Roses that I liked. I just don't really care for this one. That being said, this is the end of the episode. Since I did a whiskey episode, I'm gonna snag the close. Actually, we won't use that. We'll use the St. George. We'll use the toast to close this episode out from the Whiskey Tribe. Here's filing spide. Blah, 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 blah. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking. If you fight, may you fight for a friend. If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart. And if you drink, may you drink with, they usually say us, I'll say me. Okay, so I finished that up real quick, but quick stinger. Infinity bottle. It's where you make your own blend. I'll talk about this in like some other episode, but this is St. George. I've not tried this yet. It is almost all American whiskeys. There is a little bit of Suntory Toki in there. Well, and I have a feeling this is going to way overpower it, but... that's my blend. At some point I'll give you guys what my blend is, and I'll tell you whether or not it's good, because I don't know yet. I am not going to sample this until I get it to at least up there. There's a little teaser. Have fun, guys. Bye.